Wesley Hawkins Sr.,
Oh.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Carl Whitehorse,
Yes.
Gerald Canoyer Jr.,
Ow.
Austin Watkins Sr.,
No.
Tyler Yellowboy, Wendell Youngman Jr.,
Yeah.
Ron DeBrey, James Cross,
Yes.
George Dreamer Jr.,
Yes.
Jillian Spotted Bear, David Clear,
Yeah.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Oha.
Michael Carlos Sr.,
Yes.
Bernardo Rodriguez Jr., Garfield Steele,
Yeah.
Craig Dillon,
Yep.
Council, I passed 16 yes, we're not voting. Thank you, council. There's one more, okay. If you want to read the title.
Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe approving a contract with Devin Flesher to serve as junior associate in-house counsel contract in the Oglala Sioux Tribe Legal Department.
Is there a motion? Motion by Councilman Watkins, or a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Carlo. Any discussion, council? Hearing or seeing none online, Secretary, if you want to vote, thank you.
Wesley Hawkins Sr.,
Oh.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Carl Whitehorse,
No.
Gerald Canoyer Jr.,
Ow.
Austin Watkins Sr.,
Oh.
Tyler Yellowboy, Wendell Youngman Jr., Ron DeBrey, James Cross,
Yes.
George Dreamer Jr.,
Yes.
Jillian Spotted Bear, David Clear,
No.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Oha.
Michael Carlos Sr.,
Yes.
Garfield Steele,
Yeah.
Craig Dillon,
Nope.
Wait, did we just sell the Black Hills?
12 yes, 4 no, and 1 not voting. Thank you, council. Okay, so thank you, Ms. Cummings, appreciate it. So the next item, I believe, is Councilman Carlo. Would you want to do the next one?
Mr. Chairman, just for the record, I just want everyone to know that the land committee is comprised of a watchdog membership, but I don't have my documents. They took my whole folder, so if the secretary could read the resolutions, but I think Mr. Steele would like the floor first.
Councilman Steele.
Yeah, in regards to this exclusion that happened in the 90s, we've had the advocate, Mr. Frederick Cedarface, come and represent Mr. Shane Coons on the last 2 land meetings we had, and I just want to say for the record, it's for myself, I'm pretty disappointed that an individual can claim to be a treaty man, but yet represent a non-member over the assault of one of our well-respected elders from our community, who is also a Korean War veteran. And, that's a slap in the face to all our treaty people out there. And I just want that for the record. But before we continue, I want to yield the floor to one of my constituents for my district.
Thank you, Councilman. Go ahead, Mr. Specs, go ahead.
Thank you, Council, for addressing this issue. In 97, 98, Shane hit my dad, and we brought this to council, and a lot of people was behind it, especially the late Mr. Loudhawk. He was a 5th member. He brought it up about the tribe having sovereign immunity, or the sovereign right to initiate this under the bad man clause. So Shane was convicted. It took us 3 years to get him in federal court. And once he got into federal court, the judge convicted him, and he tried to appeal it, saying because of the conviction, the Oglala Sioux tribe had banished him. But the judge put in his order that he denied it because the Oglala Sioux tribe has their own sovereign right under banishment. So if the tribe wanted to keep that banishment, they could. So I brought it back to tribal council a couple of times because Shane Coombs never left the reservation. After he hit my dad, he was convicted of having a meth lab in Grass Creek. I think he did 5 years for that. And when he got out, it just became normal. No one wanted to help. A couple of officers helped. Stanley Starr comes out, was an officer, and Genio Whitehawk tried to help, but he'd always take off and run from them. So for him to try to come back and ask tribal council to rescind that is a slap in the face. He owes not only our family, but he owes the Oglala Sioux tribe. He was allowed to continue leasing land. I looked it up in the state brand board, and he had brands. Once his dad died, he married a tribal member who only had a drop of blood, and he used her to get leases here. So I kept praying some change was gonna happen, and today we're here. I'm asking council to support that resolution, and that him and Maura Coombs cannot have a lease here. I have a client, both tribal members, they were denied the right to get a lease using a tribal member with a white leaser brand. But allocation turns around and gives Maura Coombs and Shane a brand. He called me. He said he's had an olive branch in his hand and he wanted me to support rescinding that resolution. And I told him there's too much water under the bridge. If he had come and owned up to what he did to my dad, it would have been different. But like a snake, he hid from the truth. And he wants to come back here like he's a man. It was said that one of our tribal members was assaulted by a U.S. military veteran. And under the bad man clause, she was awarded over almost $600,000. So he owes our family about 5 times that amount, and he owes the Oglala Sioux tribe 10 times that amount. They stole our horses. I have witnesses. Curtis wanted our dad's horses. So he owes us a lot under that bad man clause. So I'm asking council, and he owns land. I brought a map to show that he intentionally bought land knowing that it would lock him in here. So if he's allowed to have leases, that would be detrimental to our people's sovereign rights, to let a white man continue to operate here. But thank you for letting me have this time.
Thank you, Ms. Respect. I appreciate you, your patience and coming over here and sharing your story and the history of us. And definitely, you know, we take these matters serious. So, Councilman Steele or Councilman Carlo, I know you have, or Councilman Carlo, I know you called for a motion. Further discussion, Councilman Steele, did you want to say anything?
No, I was just gonna, either second a motion on the resolution.
Okay, good deal. Secretary, if you want to read the title, the second, I think Councilman Watkins.
The title of the resolution is Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council authorizing and approving the tribal president to initiate removal proceedings in tribal court for the exclusion of non-member and non-Indian Shane Curtis Coombs from all tribal land within the exterior boundaries of the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation.
So there's a motion on the floor. Further discussion, council. Hearing or seeing none, Secretary, we could run the vote on that resolution. Thank you.
Wesley Hopkins Sr.,
Hoorah.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Ryan Jumping Eagle, Gerald Canoyer Jr.,
Yes.
Austin Watkins Sr.,
Hoorah.
Taylor Yellowboy,
Yes.
Wendell Youngman Jr.,
Yes.
Ron DeBrey,
Oh,
James Cross,
Yes.
George Freeman Jr.,
Yes.
Jillian Spotted Bear, yes. David Poyer,
Yes.
Sonia Bluha Cuesta,
Ha.
Jackie Sears, Michael Carlos Sr., Garfield Still,
Yeah.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
thank you.
Council, that passes unanimous. Thank you. 17-4-0 against. So thank you again, Ms. Respects, for sharing that. Thank you, Councilman Steele. Thank you, Councilman Carlo, for bringing this issue forward to council to address and deal with it. So, so we'll get started on that immediately from our office and make sure that we get some restitution resolution to the Respects of the family. So thank you. So moving on, Secretary, the next item. I think it's Parks and Rec. Okay.
Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council appointing board members to the Oglala Sioux Parks and Recreation Authority. Therefore be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council hereby appoints the following to the Oglala Sioux Parks and Recreation Authority. Eastern Division, James Red Willow. Central Division, Lance Christensen. Western Division, William Pond.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Carlos, second by Councilman Little Thunder and Councilman Hopkins. Any discussion on that, council? Hearing or seeing none, online or in person. Secretary, if you could run the vote, thank you.
Wesley Hopkins Sr.
Oh.
Blaine Little Thunder.
Oh.
Cora Whitehorse.
No.
Gerald Canario Jr.
No.
Austin Watkins Sr.
No.
Tyler Yellowboy.
Yes.
Wendell Youngman Jr. Rhonda Bray.
Oh.
James Cross.
No.
George Dreamer Jr. Julian Spotted Bear. David Poyer.
Yes.
Sonia Little Hawk Weston.
Ha.
Jackie Sears.
Uh-huh.
Michael Carlos Sr.
Yes.
Garfield Still.
No.
Craig Dillon.
Yeah.
Okay, council, that motion passes 14 yes, 3 no. Thank you, council. Next item, I believe it's 12B. Is that? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Lakota Oglala Lakota Nation, Oglala Sioux Tribe of the Confederate Ocheti Shakoi Oyate, the Great Sioux Nation, regarding formal nation-to-nation negotiations between the Oglala Lakota Nation and the United States of America regarding the Crow Butte uranium mine project on treaty lands.
Is there a motion? Motion by Councilman Carlos, second. Is there a second? Second. Second by Councilman Dreamer. Thank you. And you can still amend it to use the old school Lakota council if you want.
Secretary, you almost sound like stands at the fist.
I'm tired of
Is there any discussion on this, council?
Chair.
Councilman Clear.
Stacy, I think for the record, you should explain what happened. That's why this is coming.
okay, yes. I'm tired, I'm sorry. Okay, so last council meeting that we had you had passed 2186 regarding the Dewey Burdock uranium mine project. And that was what was sent to me from Jeff Parsons. And so that was the one that I read for the record. And apparently there's 2 uranium mine projects that need action taken. And so we did pass the one for Dewey Burdock, but the one that Andy Reid had sent was the one for Crow Butte uranium mine. And so that's the one that you guys just now are going to vote on.
Thank you, Councilman Clear. Any further discussion? Hearing or seeing none online or in person. Secretary, if you could run the vote. Thank you.
Wesley Hopkins Sr.
Oh.
Blaine Little Thunder.
Oh.
Cora Whitehorse.
Yes.
Gerald Canoyer Jr.,
No.
Austin Watkins Sr.,
No.
Tyler Wendell Youngman Jr., Ron DeBrey,
Oh,
James Cross,
Yes.
George Dreamer Jr.,
Yes.
Julian Spotted Bear, David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears, Michael Carlos Sr.,
yes.
Garfield Still,
Yeah.
Craig Gillen,
Yep.
Okay, so that was 17-4-0 against unanimous city council. So we have, we're on the last two, I believe.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to FYI, we'll be having a land committee meeting after this meeting's over.
The hardest working committee, so it's gonna lead after this.
You said that West Side. Oh, West Side. West Side was in hoorah. Hoorah.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, for clarification, this is that resolution for the program monitor, so you wanted both of them together? Or you want them separate? Okay. Well, the first one is resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe appointing Dwayne Ross as committee program monitor for the Health and Human Services Standing Committee.
Motion by Councilman Yellowboy, is there a second? Second by Councilman Youngman.
Question,
Oh, go ahead, Councilman.
on the salaries, are they doing them separate and the programs and coming back later, or? I was asked this question by our chair.
Yeah.
Chairman,
Go ahead, Councilman.
you know, I don't know if it was negotiable on the job description. I think they're following the pay scale. That's what it said on right? Isn't that what it said on the job description?
Well, I know Mr. Patton said that they would be, if their qualifications were up to, I think they went up 4 steps from the salary.
Well, I mean, if they're following the job description or the pay scale, I don't see a problem.
Okay, so I'll just go back to committee, right?
Yes.
Well, Kina said yes, so yes.
Thank you, Councilman Yellowboy. So there's a motion by Councilman Yellowboy, second by Councilman Youngman to approve Dwayne Ross as the HHS coordinator. Secretary, any discussion further? Hearing or monitor, okay. Further discussion? Oh, geez, who's that? Okay, so go ahead, Secretary, run the roll.
Wesley Hawkins Sr.,
Whoa.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Whoa.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Gerald Canoyer Jr.,
Ow.
Austin Watkins Sr., Tyler Yellowboy,
Yes.
Wendell Youngman Jr.,
Yeah.
Ron DeBrey,
Oh,
James Cross,
Yes.
George Dreamer Jr.,
Yes.
Julian Spotted Bear, David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears, Michael Carlos Sr.,
yes.
Garfield Still,
Yeah.
Craig Gillen,
Yes.
Stacy, this is Ryan. My vote was yes.
Woke up, so.
Good morning, Ryan.
Good evening.
so that's 18 yes.
Okay, 18-4-0 again, thank you, Council, thank you, Councilman Jumping Eagle, for clarifying the vote. Appreciate it. So we're on the last item, I believe. Secretary, if you could read that.
Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe authorizing and approving the appointment of Garfield Apple as a program monitor for the Economic and Business Development Committee.
Is there a motion? Motion by Chairman Steele, a second by Councilman Youngman and Councilman Junior, or Vice Chair Junior. Discussion on that? Hearing or seeing none online or in person. Secretary, if you could run the vote. Thank you.
Wesley Hawkins Sr.,
Oh.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Ryan Jumping Eagle Sr.,
Yes.
Gerald Canoyer Jr., Austin Watkins Sr., Tyler Yellowboy, Wendell Youngman Jr.,
Yes.
Rhonda Bray,
Oh,
James Fox,
Yes.
George Jimmer Jr.,
Yes.
Dillian Spotted Bear, David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Oh,
Michael Carlos Sr., Garfield Still,
Yep.
Craig Dillon,
Yep.
Council, that passes 17-4, 1 no. Thank you, Council. So is there a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn by Councilman Yellowboy, second by Councilman Poyer. Secretary, if you could call that roll. And then Land Committee, you're meeting afterwards. Just a reminder.
Wesley Hawkins Sr.,
Oh.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Cora Whitehorse,
yes.
Ryan Jumping Eagle Sr.,
No.
Gerald Canoyer Jr.,
Abstain with prejudice. I mean, no.
No. Austin Watkins Sr., Tyler Yellowboy, the first, Wendell Youngman Jr.,
Yes.
Rhonda Bray,
oh,
James Cross,
Yes.
George Jimmer Jr.,
Yes.
Jillian Spotted Bear, David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Uh-huh.
Michael Carlos Sr.,
Absolutely no.
Garfield Still,
Yeah.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
15-4-0 against, or 15-4-0, 2 against. Thank you, Council. We're adjourned at 10:55.
See you, Blaine.
Council, drive safe. Thanks for all your work today. It's a long day. Get some rest. And just be safe, Council, on your way back. Don't drive too fast. Yeah. Be safe, wear a mask, encourage your constituents to get vaccines.